Hello guys, it's Rad Astra here, hope you're all well. So this is just a quick video to show you my newest piece and to tell you how you can get it, well, one of you hopefully. So, this is a brand new series called the Zeitgeist series. It's a limited edition of 10 pieces. After the 10th one I won't be making another one like this again. So these are truly special. And also each one is actually going to be a unique piece, each with their own name too. This little guy is the first in the series and he's called Gus the Zeitgeist. But before I go further I just want to explain my reason behind choosing the name Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist is a German word which literally means spirit of the time. This dinosaur is dead, so it's a spirit, and is made from time. It took a lot of time to make, but it is made from time. So to me, there was no better name to call it than Spirit of the Time. So, watch parts. Purely 100% vintage watch parts, from head to tail, nothing else, which was a real challenge at times. There were times when I would just have loved to use something else for the claws, for example. It would have made my life a lot easier. But I set myself the challenge and I achieved it. Let's start with the head. As you can probably guess, this was the hardest bit. Layers upon layers upon layers of tiny little watch parts. Not even joking, this took about 35 hours. People who know my work know that I like to put a really important part for the eye. This is the hairspring and the balance wheel. It's one of the most important parts in the watch movement. It's like the heart of the watch. It would beat just like a heart back when it was on somebody's wrist. I'm really proud of how this turned out. Moving on to what I like to call the bone links. These go from head to tail. They get really smaller and smaller towards the end. These are made out of 3 wheels each and they were an absolute pain to make. First I had to sort them in order of size from a big bag of parts. It took days. Then I had to find a way to make them come together in a perfect triangular shape. It was fiddly, it was time consuming, it was challenging. Probably about 30 hours to make all of those little links. This little unit here might look like it's a watch movement to people who don't know watches very well, but this was made and built up from layers of single parts. Every part in this dinosaur was a single piece. The legs and the arms are lug pins and even they were much harder than they looked. It's easy just to make a flat skeleton, but it's hard to make the whole thing 3D. That's what took all the time and effort. The ribs had to be bent by hand and positioned so carefully. You can't see it now because of the resin, but some are actually hovering in the air on the ends. They're not touching the sand. It took hours to do all of those. Altogether, this whole dinosaur took about 105 hours to make from start to finish. It's frozen in time with the finest resin, real great quality stuff. So that's the front. On the back it's much the same. I've used black paint underneath the resin. It's the same resin I use on the front. I could have used a cheaper one, it wouldn't have made a difference, but it's the same resin that's on the front and the sides. For finishing I have engraved by hand a pattern inspired by rocks and fossils. The serial number plaque is in the middle. Gus the Zeitgeist, 1 out of 10. The next one will be called Nero the Zeitgeist and that will say 2 out of 10. Just in case you thought everyone will say 1 of 10 on it, no, that's cheating. There's only one that will say number 1 on it, and that's this one. You also have what I call the hook bar on the back. I've always used this system on my pieces as it's so much more sturdy than a piece of wire or string obviously. It's actually bolted through to the front under the sand. It can't come out, it can't fail, you just hang it on some hooks. It's so quick and so easy. I came up with that idea pretty quickly when designing my first piece at the start of the year. And that's it I think. Oh, how can you get it? Easy, I've made it really easy. 2 words. eBay auction. A 7-day eBay auction worldwide, or at least as many countries as it will let me. No offers, no messages asking how much will you take, highest bidder wins. It's as simple as that. If you are watching this video and like my art, place a bid. Honestly, I have no idea how much this will sell for. It's the first piece I've ever done this size and to this level of detail. But if you like my art, there is no better opportunity to try to acquire one. And what better piece than number 1 out of 10 in a limited series. Thank you so much for all your support, it really means so much to me. If you have any questions about this piece, please ask me. Thank you and good luck!